When I first arrived in China 3 years ago, I was completely lost. I didn't know how to get out of the airport. I didn't know how to buy food. I didn't even know how to find my school. And if I just knew one, two, maybe three of these things I'm about to tell you, my first day and my first week would have been so much better and so much smoother. And so, for that reason, I decided to make China Essentials. China Essentials is a community that involves an app and a YouTube. The whole purpose of it is to make your life in China a whole lot easier. All right, without further ado, let's get into the apps. So today we're going to talk about how we would plan a trip if you are in China. So let's say we wanted to go to Beijing for a week. The first thing you would do is open this app here called Xiaohongshu or Red Note, right? And you would type in Beijing trip. Straight English to see how it works. Beijing trip. And you would look for a post that has English, assuming you don't speak Chinese. We look for one that has English. And here we have an idea. So day 1 we could do these things, day 2 we could do these things. Great. And we look at all these things here, and if they look interesting, great, we're gonna do our trip in Beijing for real. 3 days seems to be fine. Maybe we do, oh look, this is a longer one. 6 days. Anyway, so we find the place, we maybe look at some pictures and we decide, yeah, we're going to this place because these pictures look nice. So then you want to get your ticket. So you have two options. You could get a train to that place if you're in China already, or you can get a plane to that place. And the two main places we go to buy plane tickets would be Qunar and another app called Ctrip or trip.com. I personally use Qunar because it's cheaper. If it's a train though, I use Railway 12306 simply because it's more reliable when it comes to refunds or changing maybe the date of the trip or the name on the trip. So let's say I'm in Shenzhen right now, so let's go to Beijing. And today is what date it is? Who cares? Let's pick 11 and we go, and you'll see these train tickets. Now the thing about train tickets that's really nice is that they don't really fluctuate. So you look at these tickets today and tomorrow and the day after that, they're all going to be like the same price and they're all going to be like the same time. So if you go to try to buy a ticket for like the 2nd of September, you won't be able to click it now, right? Because the date hasn't come. However, as you can see here, the times are like almost always the same. So you could look at the Wednesday now and see the times and the cost, and it probably will be the exact same next time. So no need to rush. That's what I like about these tickets. Alright, so you see a lot of things here in Chinese. The important things to look at would obviously be the cost on the right. And you see that some of these cards are completely white and some of them have like a bluish background. That is to tell you the type of train it is. If it's the bluish background with a little train on the bottom right of the card, this is to show this is one of the newer ones, one of the faster ones, the high speed ones. And you could see that from the time, which is in the middle under the train number. So this one has 7 hours, 49 minutes. The one above that has 29 hours. Yes, 29 hours on a train. And yeah, this is one of the important things. The next thing is, let's click one of these 23-hour ones. You click it and you open, and there are different types of seats you can get. So the first one, the top, that's very cheap, $254. This is a hard seat. If you're going to sit for 23 hours, I recommend you do not get a hard seat. The one right above that, which is 200-ish Chinese more, is a hard bed. Now this bed is actually not that hard. It's relatively comfortable, and most of the time if I'm going to take an overnight train, I do get this one because it's fine. Renwo is just a much softer bed, but honestly, you could try it. Of course you could try it to experience it, but I don't think it is necessary if you're just going to sleep for like one night in the bed. It's really fine. And the comforter, they give you like a thick duvet, a comforter on the hard bed, and so it's actually really comfortable. If you want, you could lay down on it, or you could lay down on it and wrap yourself in it because it's pretty big. And yeah, maybe I'll show you a video of that on my personal page another time. The one at the absolute bottom here, which is Wuzuo, this one stands for no seat, and this is obviously the worst of the options if you're going to go for 23 hours on a train. All right, now these trains being this long, obviously you could get hungry, right? So on the train, there's usually a restaurant in the middle, like a small restaurant with things like noodles, maybe some eggs, some hot dogs, and these kind of things. Also, at different times throughout the trip, the workers on the train will ride past all of the beds and all of the seats with with a trolley that has different foods and snacks and drinks and ask, do you want this food or you want this drink, and you could just buy it from them there. Not only that, but in the morning there's like this breakfast package. At lunchtime there's like a lunch package, and night dinner is like a dinner package, so like a packet with maybe some rice and some warm food and some eggs and some vegetables, usually at least with one starch, one meat, and one or two vegetables in it. So, and I've tried them before, they're actually not bad. Normally I still take my own food, but yeah, you could also have food there. So if you wanted to buy like McDonald's beforehand and take it on, that's fine. Another thing is most Chinese people buy ramen either outside the train or on the train. Both are fine. And there's always a hot water dispenser, many hot water dispensers on every train. So then you could just fill up your ramen thing with hot water and maybe add your little egg or whatever other meat you brought to add into the ramen and eat it. Or eat it without meat, that's also fine. And yeah, it's just usually how people survive these trips. Not only that, but people also bring like cards and games and watch TV. There is Wi-Fi on the train. It's not super steady, so it's enough for like talking to people if you're talking to someone. But I recommend if you're gonna watch a video or if you want to watch TV or something, you should download it beforehand so that watching is very smooth on the train. All right, so the next thing for this video is after you've bought the ticket. Let's say you bought so the next thing for this video is if you wanted to buy a plane ticket. For me, I buy these plane tickets in Qunar. So you can see here there's three options: a hotel, which is 酒店, plane, which is 机票, or 旅游, which is the green one. So for 机票is for planes. Let's go to Beijing, and here you could compare the prices for going. This is for going and coming. Let's go for one way, right? You could compare the prices for going. You see, sometimes it's cheaper to go by plane, depending on how you're gonna get there, which seat you're gonna take, and these kind of things. All right, so these are the two main ways to get the tickets to get there. And then when you get there, if it's in China, if you wanted to get around in that place, you could either use the map to maybe get a taxi. So you would, let's say you were in Beijing already. So let's say I'm in Beijing. I go to the Daxing airport, the new big one, right? I'm here. I'm just gonna pretend I'm here already, and then I'm going to my school, Tsinghua Daxue, Haidian, because I think it's looking for the one that's near me right now. I'm in Shenzhen. Right, Beijing Shi. Okay, this one. So if I wanted to get a taxi from these, you see there's a lot of options here at the top for transportation. This one, Datra, is taxi. So you just you click your pickup spot. There's only really one pickup spot up there. And then you would see all the options for taxis and different costs. And you can get one directly from here. You could also deselect some if you wanted to limit the cost of your taxi. And then you would click this thing at the bottom, Liqi, Hujiao, but which is called the taxi right now. But I won't click it because they answer really fast. So from the time I click this, like somebody might actually start heading towards that place. So I won't do it now. You could also use this third one, which is public transportation, like 公共交通, 长途. And then there's different ways it could tell you which lines you could take and exactly how long it should take, and the overall cost via the train. You can see the train is usually much cheaper. Some people actually, when they get there really late at night or really early in the morning, will just wait until the trains start operating, because there's an operating time, usually from like in the morning 6, 7, maybe 7 until late at night, maybe like 11. Depends on the city though. Right, so some people wait for these operating times to save money and use public transportation. That's also okay. All right, so here is where this video ends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was very helpful. And again, if you are coming to China and you want any more tips, or you want to feel prepared before you get here, or if you know anyone else that's coming to China, or you even live in China already and you still want to learn some more extra stuff, you can follow this channel, you can follow the Instagram. And if you want to try our China Essentials app, whether it's beta in the time you see this or the full app, you can check the link in the bio and join the beta sign up form, or just download the app directly. Thank you again for your time, and we just remember this is China Essentials. We want to make your life in China a whole lot easier. Bye bye.
And there's one thing that I need from you.